Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of How to Paint Cthulhu Death May Die. Today we're going to tackle one of my favorite models in the entire box, which is the Star Vampire. This again is a pretty simple model to paint. We're going to utilize a lot of dry brushing on this model. That's going to be the We're going to use a lot of dry brushing on this model, which is the primary technique that we're going to go ahead and tackle with this model, but it ends up being really bright, really colorful, and really pops on the table. I'm not going to ramble on, so let's go ahead and let the paint do the talking. Here we go with one of my favorite models from Season 2, the Star Vampire. So you'll see in the top left corner, we're using Speed Paint Murder Scene because I forgot to show what bottle I was using. So you're going to go ahead, and I used a big bristly brush to get a lot of paint on there. And you're going to cover about 3/4 of this model with the Murder Scene. You can go ahead and leave those super long claw toenails. And you can leave his mouth, but everything else, go ahead and cover in the murder scene. Make sure you get the undersides and the insides of the legs. Both those spots can be easy to miss. Probably should have cut that part out where I just set the model down, but we ball. So now we're going to take aged hide and we're going to do the inside of his mouth here. Aged hide is such a good versatile color for so many things. It has easily become one of my favorites in the speed paint line. It's just so good. You can use it for so many different things. Let's go ahead and get all the inside here and deep into that well. Now we're going to do a little bit of wet blending once we're done with this. So we're going to take that murder scene and we're going to do the lower portion of this mouth with the murder scene, and then we're going to come in with the aged hide on top and blend the two together while they're still wet. So murder scene on the bottom half, aged hide on the top, mixing the two together. Doesn't matter, you can go from top to bottom or bottom to top. You're going to get the same effect either way. The key is just to make sure you're doing it while the first paint is still wet. Just blend them together. Try to keep your brush strokes in the same direction. Easy peasy. Switching it up to pure red. And we're going to dry brush the ever-loving crap out of this model now. Every single surface, with the exception of his open mouth, you're going to hit with that dry brush. And don't be afraid, you can be very, very generous with this dry brush. Go back to that paint many times. You really want to make sure you're hitting it hard. Body, you want to get the underside. I did leave the feet. You can't do the feet, but I left them. So now we're going to combine a little purple alchemy with aged hide, again in a wet blending situation. So we're going to take that purple alchemy and we're going to do the bottom half of this tongue, maybe not quite half, and then we're going to come in with the aged hide and we're just going to blend the two together. We're going to pull that purple alchemy into the aged hide. So pull the purple alchemy into the aged hide. And then as you're getting closer towards the top of the model, you're just going to be doing straight aged hide. This was another model that just, I don't have the best camera in the world. I don't have any lenses for it. I am a broke man. So autofocus is what I got. And mine is really sensitive, and models with a lot of pointy bits, it does not like. And we're going to do the same thing with these tendrils here coming out of the mouth. We're going to do the bottom half with purple alchemy, and then aged hide at the top, blending them together somewhere in the middle. Now we're going to come in with grim black, and we're going to do the toes. Coming in with ancient stone, and we're just going to start picking out all these teeth. All the teeth with the ancient stone. And then I'm going to realize that I forgot to tip this with that grim black when I was doing the toes. So we're going to go ahead and fix that right now. Hit it with the grim black. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to miss steps. I do it all the time. Totally normal. You don't suck. I suck. Now we're going to go back to picking out those teeth now that I've caught my drastic error. And we're going to do the tips of the tongue with these little barbs sticking out. Then we're going to test our patience inside the mouth, and we're going to dab all these little bitty teeth inside here. Just little dabs of paint, no pressure from your end on the brush. Just let the paint do the work. Tap, 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 barely touching that surface. Now we're going to go over all the teeth that we just touched with the bony matter to tone down that acrylic shine and make them look a little bit more realistic. Now just to add a little bit more fun, we're going to take wolf gray acrylic and we're going to kind of edge highlight these veins just coming out of this, bulbous throat of his, this sac that is his throat. It has these big beefy veins on it, and I just thought it would look nice to pick out the veins on these. A different color, make them stand out a little bit. Also creates just that much more contrast on the model. I don't know why my matte black reversed like that, but you're going to black out your base, and if you followed along, your final result's going to look something along these lines. And there you have it. That is how I went ahead and tackled that star vampire. This is one of those models that can really shine and show just how useful dry brushing can be as a technique to really elevate your model to the next level and create different depths of contrast and visionary detail. This is one of those models that can really show off just how much dry brushing can do for a model in terms of contrast and visual pop. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys are too. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you haven't already, leave a like, drop a comment down below. Tell me if you're painting along with me, and if you are, how your progress is going. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do for me. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are interested in joining my Patreon, there is a link down below where one of the main benefits of that Patreon, aside from being able to jump into the Discord with us and talk shop and board games, is that you will have full access to every single episode of Season 2 already ready to go instead of having to wait for these weekly YouTube drops. Other than that, again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.